Hey Desert Hot Springs, it is your Mayor Scott Mattis. This is our quarterly update for the end of 2021. Man, how fast of a year has this been? We've been focused on really trying to get out of this COVID and into a new Desert Hot Springs. What does that mean? Well, we've got a lot of things planned for this next year. If you had a chance to see my State of the City, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. If you had a chance to really pay attention to what's been going on the last few months, you can see the City Council is working really hard to get a lot of things done. So to recap what's 2021, we obviously were coming out of COVID and trying to figure out where we're going to be at the end of this year. We've had a little bit of a spike in COVID and different variants and those types of things. So we're still being cautious out there and still encouraging everyone to get vaccine and everyone to wear masks when asked to do so, just to be safe through this holiday season and the winter season. It's not just the COVID that we have out there, but it's flu season. So be very careful out there. We know the kids are in school. They sometimes bring home the germs and those things will happen at the household. But please be safe as much as possible out there, as it's still a possibility. But we moved past COVID, and what has Desert Hot Springs been doing? Well, we've been really reaching out to a lot of new businesses. We do have a lot of cannabis businesses coming online in 2022, which will help our tax revenues in the future. But really wanted to focus on retail opportunities, and we have a lot of people that have come to Desert Hot Springs to see the opportunity here. And I think in 2022, when we get back to our State of the City in the May of 2022, you're going to really hear a lot of great things that are going to be coming to Desert Hot Springs for retail opportunities. Pearson Boulevard is really a great start for us. Between Cactus and West, if you know where Delicious is and the Spread Sandwich Shop, there's a lot of things going on down there. You'll see some new pads being poured. That's going to be a little downtown walkable district that's going to have container-like businesses. So if you've ever been to the Container Park in Vegas, or if you Google the container parks, you'll see them around the country in different cities, where this is an opportunity that we have two different developers, one on each side of the street, that's going to be doing this. There'll be small businesses, from restaurants, maybe a bar, maybe a t-shirt shop, those types of things, but somewhere where you can go downtown, walk, have dinner, see a few shops, and really, really enhance our retail opportunities here in Desert Hot Springs. So we're looking forward to that in 2022 opening. A lot of people have a question about the Hyundai Hotel. That's the big hotel up on 8th Street in Palm, with the rock out front. It was dilapidated for the most part. There was a lot of health and safety violations. The City of Desert Hot Springs went in there with multiple other agencies, and we've had to relocate and or have individuals that were living there leave due to the fact of health and safety reasons. The city is working with the owner, and if the owner doesn't want to work with the city will be taking control of that property. We have to make it safe for people to live. We cannot be in a community anymore where people are living in residential areas or hotels that should be used for different purposes. And this is a beginning of what the City of Desert Hot Springs and the City Council has really put on the plates of our administrative staff, is to really clean up these opportunities in Desert Hot Springs and make them something that they're supposed to be. So the Hyundai Hotel should be a tourist destination where it produces tax revenue for the City of Desert Hot Springs, and that's not what it was doing. So we're going to make sure that we make sure that our hotels are compliant. We make sure that our residential areas are compliant. It leads me into the cleanup committee. We have a group of people that have gotten together. Myself and Councilmember Russell Betts had worked together on this in our last campaign to really talk about cleaning up our community and getting out in the neighborhoods. And we've started small. We've done a few cleanups here, but we're looking bigger. We're going to be partnering with Habitat for Humanity here in the near future. Habitat for Humanity has two properties here in Desert Hot Springs that they'll actually be building homes on for individuals to live in. So we're going to actually get in those neighborhoods and help clean up those areas. If you haven't seen the 5th Street Trailer Park, this is one of our biggest eyesores in Desert Hot Springs. It was dilapidated. It was residents that were legally living there were being terrorized by non-legal residents, and I mean people that are squatting, that are just parked there and decided they were going to live there. And so we went in there with Housing and Community Development, state of California. We went in there with our local police department and other agencies to really clean that up. It's taken about 5 years for me to get the right agencies in place, but again, I want to thank our Assemblyman Eduardo Garcia, our County Supervisor V. Manuel Perez, for their assistance in what they did. Our Assemblyman Eduardo Garcia's office really stepped up and helped us make the contacts we did at the Housing and Community Development Department level in the state of California. Why is that so important? Because they are the initial authority of any mobile home park in the state of California. So we needed to really use their services to get in there and clean that up. We were able to find a new owner of that property, and he is willing to do whatever it takes to clean up that property. He is moving people out. He is cleaning it up as we speak. Please take a drive by. You'll see a huge improvement to that area, and what the future looks like for that is just amazing. And it's been a great partnership so far. So we're really looking forward to that. Our cleanup committee will be getting into those neighborhoods also and really trying to help clean up. So if you're interested in that, please feel free to give City Hall a call and leave our chairman, George Padilla, a message. He will be happy to return your call and talk to you about if you have something within the city limits that needs cleanup or you need help and you're in financial stress. We can actually get out there and maybe assist you. So please feel free to do that. The number at City Hall is 760-329-6411. Our rec program is taking off. It's just fantastic right now. Roberta Cernick, who's our executive program director, has taken over our rec program in Desert Hot Springs and is really putting together great programs for our city. We just finished a basketball season, which we had close to 80 kids in the middle school era, really just having fun playing basketball. They're being coached by mentors at the rec center and some of our city staff. So it was a great season. They played the city council and police department, fire department for the final game. It was so fun. They ended up beating us by 1 point, but it was really a great opportunity for our kids in our community. Our rec program is going to continue to expand as time goes on. If you really like to see what's going on in our rec program, please go to our city website at cityofdhs.org, and you'll be able to see all the different programs by just clicking the rec button on the tab on the website there. Talking about, again, the Parks Committee, another one of our committees. We have some people that are involved in our community talking about parks enhancements and a new park master plan and how we're going to plan parks for the future. We've had some great opportunities. Our staff is going to be enhancing some of our parks with new lighting and some other enhancements that are needed to improve them, but we really have to focus on what's going to improve our community over time. Pocket parks, new parks. We're underserved when it comes to parks in our community, and they need to be everything from a walking park to sports parks and everything in between. So we're in the process of using our committee to really come up and focus on what the needs of our community will be for the next 10 years. And we'll redo our park master plan, hopefully with the city council's approval, and we'll move forward with that. And moving from parks into trails, Gary Gardner, our council member, has worked really hard on making the trails come alive in Desert Hot Springs. We've talked about these trails for so long. We've been part of the Sand to Snow Monument, the Joshua Tree National Park. They're right on the outskirts of Desert Hot Springs. And so most recently, we had a ribbon cutting of the Long Canyon Trail, which was supported by different agencies across the Coachella Valley and different groups. And now we have a trailhead that's actually marked. You can go out Hacienda, and right at the bend of Hacienda and Long Canyon, you'll see a new trail sign that states the Long Canyon Trail. You drive up that road a couple minutes and you're actually in Joshua Tree National Monument. It's amazing how close it is to our city. This leads us into identifying multiple other trails in our community and eventually, hopefully, moving towards the Sand to Snow Visitor Center on Highway 62, which 2.5 million visitors each year to Joshua Tree. If we can capture a portion of those to stop on their way up there and see what we have to offer, there might be some hiking and some revenue produced in our city from that. So that's kind of the goal that we're working on right now. My State of the City I did do last month in October, not last month, but in October. And the State of the City basically focused on where we were at and where we're going in the future. And if you haven't had a chance to see it, it is on my Facebook, it's on all our social media, it's on the city's website. You can take a look at it. It's about an hour long, and you can kind of get an idea of where the city's going. But you will see lots of construction going on in our community. Our police department's going to be expanding with a police annex that'll be more focused on the customer service based side of things, where people be able to walk in. We're bringing our dispatch center back in-house, so we will not be dispatching with Cathedral City anymore starting the first quarter of next year. The dispatch center is being built right now. We'll have a new fire station on the east end of the city that's going to be built. This is very important to our city, as we're underserved by fire services by about 2 to 3 more fire stations. So this will get us the 3rd fire station in Desert Hot Springs. This fire station actually will help relieve a lot of the call volume from Station 37, which is at the corner of Pearson and West. That station is called the House of Pain for one reason, and one reason only. It's because it's actually the busiest station in Riverside County. So this fire station on the east end of the city, fire station number 98, will actually be built next year and hopefully staffed by the end of next year, early 2023, and will help relieve some of the services that are needed in that area. Anyone that knows fire services or medical services, that 80% of our calls are medical. If you stop breathing, you have about 5 minutes before your brain starts to die. And sometimes our calls take somewhere 7 to 8 minutes to get to up there because of where our fire department is located currently. So this is going to be a very important fire station for health and safety reasons in our community. So look forward to that. Our senior center is going to expand the Carl May Center, where we used to have our council meetings. Obviously, we're not doing them there anymore because we've built our new city hall with new council chambers. So this means that the senior center can now start to expand into that other location and make a full senior center campus. That's our focus. So we're going to be renovating that area so that the seniors will have more space to do more activities. And in the future, again, that whole center will be moved into a senior center facility. So we look forward to that. That construction will start soon also. And then new road projects in Desert Hot Springs. As we continue to do road projects along Palm Drive, a lot of you know we've spent millions of dollars and received millions of dollars in grant funding to really enhance lots of areas of Desert Hot Springs with our roads that were much needed. It wasn't just for beautification, it was for safety also. We had a lot of fatalities and casualties along Palm Drive, and we wanted to make sure that slowed down, and it has. The data has come in, and we have proven to lower that about 40%, which is great. We're going to focus on Hacienda next and the north end of Palm Drive. So next year, early first quarter, you'll start to see construction along Palm Drive, north of Pearson Boulevard, all the way to Mission Lakes Boulevard. And then you'll also see construction begin on Hacienda from Foxdale all the way to Russ Drive. There's also an expansion from Foxdale up to Mountain View that's going to be discussed by the City Council, as we want to enhance most of our spa areas up there. So a lot of road construction going on to make it safer for walkable and bike riders, and make sure that traffic flows better through Desert Hot Springs. So look forward to those road projects coming. With that said, there's so much going on. We literally look forward to May of 2022, as we're going to get back on the cycle for the state of the city. And when it comes to that, we actually announced in the state of the city this year that we'll be having the first cannabis conference here in Desert Hot Springs. It's going to be made in Desert Hot Springs, and it's going to be about cannabis. It's going to start on a Tuesday, end on a Thursday with the state of the city. It's going to be a conference that's really going to be focused on what we have available land-wise. If we can entice more developers to come to Desert Hot Springs, from cannabis to who knows what, they can actually build in Desert Hot Springs and produce more tax revenue, which is important for us. So look forward to that conference. It will actually enhance our tax revenue with our spas, as they should be full with visitors from all over the country, maybe even the world. In Desert Hot Springs, I hope you had a great time at the holiday parade this year. We were back. We hadn't had one last year because of COVID. We really wanted to do something nice for the community again. I hope the parade, the tree lighting, the ceremonies were great. I'm glad you were able to come out, and we look forward to continuing this each and every year. So we really look forward to that. Desert Hot Springs, we're coming up at the end of this 2021. It's been a crazy couple years with COVID. I think we've all gone through some pain. We've lost some individuals in our community. that were great individuals, not due to COVID, but just happened to pass during this time. And we're really focused on rebuilding Desert Hot Springs from a volunteer aspect. There's a lot of people that have been involved in the past, a lot of people that have stepped down. So if you have time to volunteer in 2022, there's many organizations, many opportunities for you here in Desert Hot Springs. I want to wish you all, again, a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, however you spend your holidays. I just hope it's safe. I hope that 2022 brings you just great wishes for that year and for us to be able to focus on what our needs are and really get past this COVID stuff and the pain that a lot of it caused us in our lifetime and in our life this last couple of years. Moving forward, happy holidays and Happy New Year.